Comics are fine, they say. It's all going great. Absolute Batman sales records for this year, and with caveats and with asterisks. But yes, comics at this point are at a level where they're not even sustaining a full year worth of issues. When you have a character like Venom, and you combine it with Carnage for an event, that you can't go 12 issues is a big red flag. This is something that the comic industry is struggling with. They're saying it's difficult to even reach 12 issues at this point. And there are several X-Men titles that have already been canceled and then relaunched, of course. We had a couple weeks ago, Gail Simone was talking about how Kelly Thompson's Birds of Prey was getting canceled. Green Arrow was getting canceled. This is a red flag at how many are at below the cancellation thresholds, which have been lowered. That bar has been lowered. Back in the day, you would have to be under 25,000 copies to be sold. Now I think almost all books, outside of maybe a few in the top 10, are under 25,000. And so they're talking maybe like 10,000 copies is the cancellation threshold. They don't report their sales numbers, of course, but that's what I came up with when I kind of did the math the other day when I was covering some of this stuff. But more than that, there's comic shops closing. Let's get into the news in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I meant to have a crowdfund going up this morning for my new science fiction trilogy, but it is not working right now. There's a technical glitch we have going, which I'm trying to get fixed. And so I want you to sign up for my newsletter. I am writing science fiction. This is independent works. It's all funded by people like you. And we've been going very, very well for a lot of years. If you've been a fan for a long, long time, you know that we are a track record of just delivery and making great books. I had somebody actually email me this morning about one of my comics saying that he was rereading it and it actually brought him to tears. And I was like, wow, that's really nice of you. Thank you. And so we have a new science fiction trilogy. It's called Valiant Frontiers. And this is like an opus I've been working on for the last couple of years, and I can't wait to get this into your hands. So sign up for my newsletter in the description below. You actually get 3 free books just for signing up, a sci-fi book, a fantasy book, and a full graphic novel. And once that campaign launches, I will, of course, let you guys know. And thank you for being here. I never know if I'm going to find you again. It's super important because YouTube, you never know. It's a weird thing. And I appreciate everybody for reading. It's super great to cultivate a great audience of readers, and that's how we're going to build and change the culture here. It says no more of this stuff. Marvel just puts out slop, and that's been the case for a long, long time. Marvel and DC don't care about continuity anymore. It's all out the window. They just do whatever they want every single time. New characters, it's all mashing up characters. Like, what if Eddie Brock is Carnage now? What if Mary Jane's Venom? What if the Hulk is a young Asian boy? What if it's a Deadpool mixed with Wolverine? It's Wolverpool. Yeah, that's cool. And that's all they do. And they used to do these in what if issues. And they'd be what if issues, and then the main continuity would have some sort of like semblance and feel like a real world that was progressing. You'd have characters that were getting married. You'd have characters that were having babies, and then they'd grow up a little bit slowly over time, and it'd be nice for the readers because those characters would progress. They scrap that all the time. With their events, it's always been like a rewrite of things. Of course, with Marvel, the most egregious is One More Day with Spider-Man, where they go out and they went and just erased reality just to make Peter young again. It was so insulting to the reader. And of course, DC with their events resets the universe every 2 years, right? And so there's no continuity. There's nothing to latch onto anymore. None of this matters. And that's why it's like, oh, cool, Eddie Brock's in the Carnage suit. Well, it's not going to matter. He's obviously going to be out of it like the next run when somebody writes a new Eddie Brock becomes Venom again, probably even skips over it and just has Venom do whatever they want to do because they don't have any sort of semblance of continuity at this point. And so, of course, nobody's reading anymore. None of it matters. It all just feels like a lame what-if issue. Everything feels like an alternate universe continuity, and that's what we got right now. So this is Charles Soule, who ran a Daredevil run that's actually the onus of the Daredevil Born Again show right now. He ran Darth Vader for a while back in the day, and so he's one of Marvel's esteemed writers. He's one of the ones that they hold up as their quote better, and this can't even go at this point. So he said to Bleeding Cool, I have to say I really enjoyed writing this book and ended up being heavily character-based, a literalization of a guy dealing with his demons. It was also a straight-up horror series, which is a lane I don't usually get to operate in with much in Marvel and Star Wars. It's been great to work with Jordan White and Nick Lowell over there as well. I've been out of the superhero side of things for a while now, and getting back into that sandbox has been fun. So it's canceled. But he's got more work, apparently. He says, is this the end of my time on Symbiote Verse? It's not. Every book is a door. There's more coming, and while I think it's been announced, some of it's been announced, I'd rather let the mighty Marvel PR machine handle the specifics. Don't want to get busted. And this is weird. I mean, they're not allowed to say things about things. It's like it's the 90s where people pretend to care that a book's coming out by a guy, and they don't. And here's the thing. This is the best part about all this. They cancel these, then they reset them. They give them an all-new number one, and they have the same creative teams doing it. And it's like, again, it's insulting because they think just because it says number one, you're going to buy it. And a lot of comic people do. It's a big speculator-based market because I've heard comic shops say that nobody's reading these things. It really is what it is. And so this is what we got. The official description states the death of Carnage, Eddie, and Carnage's investigations hardly gone as planned, leaving them at the whims of their mysterious proprietor, a symbiote host Eddie remembers from his days as the King in Black. So they reference that one event. Like I said, Green Arrow recently canceled. Birds of Prey recently canceled. X-Men books getting canceled left and right. And then we have comic book shops closing again. Now, this was originally reported by Clownfish TV, so thanks to them. Great friends over there. I really appreciate those guys. And I watch their channel daily. If you don't, I think you should. They pointed out this Akron comic shop closing after 38 years. Another comic shop is closing. This is left and right in the comic book industry. And they always go, oh, it's fine. Don't pay attention. And there's not that many comic shops left anymore. There's really not. So when you get into this, he's been there for 40 years. And we lost a lot of comic shops in the pandemic. We know this. They all started closing up shop pretty badly. Ones that were barely making it were unable to. And then they came back, and of course, they've just got duds. All the events that have been going on from Marvel and DC's have been duds outside of the Absolute and Ultimate universes, which it boggles my mind. Why are those even selling that well? It's like, well, it's going to be the exact same thing. They're bringing it to Ultimate End, and guess what? They're going to relaunch it with an all-new number one. They're doing the same tricks there because those are not enough to sustain their other titles that aren't working with those same tricks. So it's really silly how this is all going. But this is it. In Akron, Ohio, it's over, and he can't keep his shop open anymore. So he's been here for a long, long time. He said he liked it there in Akron. Things were booming, and then they weren't, he said. Things got closed in the 90s, of course, closed in the 2000s. The industry is just not what it used to be. Sure, it's not. And that's it. And of course, comics have priced themselves out of being entertainment that's easy to just pick up and buy as a impulse buy. And the stories don't matter. There's nothing there to go back to. And he's just done with it because he just can't keep it going. He says, it's just time. It's just time. And he knows it's not coming back, right? He says, this is my favorite place on earth. I don't want to go to another shop. This is my favorite place to go, says one of the comic people there. And what happens a lot of the times is when these comic shops close, people don't realize this, but people then don't go seek out a new comic shop. They just kind of give up their hobby. It's like when a happy run that you like comes to an end or whatever, most comic people just don't go pick up another book. Just, I don't like Spider-Man now, and I was been collecting Spider-Man for years, so I'm going to quit. They don't just suddenly go pick up Captain America. That's not how the comic industry has ever worked. And so because they've relied on these characters for so long, because they've relied on these old ideas for so long, and then just not progressed them and insulted their audience's intelligences, insulted their audiences, and then tried to turn everything to this weird diversity slop over and over and over again, we have a comic industry now that's just done. It's over. And this is something that Marvel and DC are going to have to come to grips with. It's really ugly out there. So Venom can't even reach 12 issues, comic shops closing, really bad end to the year for the comic book industry. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Sign up for my newsletter in the description below. Get 3 free books. I got a great science fiction trilogy coming. I don't want you to miss it, guys. Please sign up. We'll be back soon.